Hi, this is Paul. I want to do a spoilers review of Bohemian Rhapsody. I did a spoiler-free review on my other channel, Trepacer. Follow the link in the description box and you can see that review if you don't want to be spoiled. I wanted to talk, this video won't be too long, but again, I love the movie and I gave it an 8.5 and I really enjoyed this. And again, like I said in that review, this is more of a celebration of Queen and the music and more Freddie Mercury's story. And as much as you don't really get to learn that much about Brian May and Roger Taylor and John Deacon, you just know superficial things about them, but you don't really get to know their wives and how they grew up and all that stuff. It's, like I said, there's documentaries about Queen out there, so if you want to see that part of it, okay, this is more of a celebration of Queen and their music and of Freddie Mercury. And I think they did a hell of a job. And again, Rami Malek, who I think should just definitely be nominated for Best Actor, he really nailed it as Freddie Mercury. He just really got, and again, I loved Lucy Barton as Mary Austin, the love of his life, his first real girlfriend, who he declared the love of his life, even though he came to terms with his homosexuality and stuff, but he really loved her, and she was his like best friend, and he really needed, and there was some great emotional moments between them, like the moment where she basically realizes, where basically she tells him, he tries to admit to her that he thinks he's bisexual, but she says, no, you're not bisexual, Freddie, you're gay, okay? And that was a really well acted moment between Rami Malek and Lucy Bolton. Just really, that was so emotional and so raw and honest, okay? And then there was another emotional moment that really got to me because all through the movie, his father kind of wanted him to make the family proud and stuff, and there was so many, those moments, moments between the father and him, where his father kind of really didn't approve of him, being a singer and all that stuff. But there was a moment towards the end of the movie after he, found out he had AIDS and stuff, and he goes to his parents' house with his boyfriend and he introduces them, and he tells his father, "I'm going to," introduces him. He said, "This is my friend," you know, and you could tell in that moment, that they know that that's his, not just his friend, that's his boyfriend, somebody he cares about, and he tells his father, well, he tells his family, "Listen, I'm going to play, I'm going to Live Aid and and raise money for charity and stuff, and going to do something to make you proud." And his father just hugged him, and it just, I don't know, that just really got to me, where he just, his father just hugged him that moment where he knew that he made his father proud. I don't know, that really, even talking about it now, just got me emotional thinking about it. When he just, his father hugged him, and it's just, and his father goes, "Let's turn on the telly," after he left, and that really got to me. And there's another moment where where Freddie Mercury, after he breaks up with, well, he goes solo. Queen tells him that he has to go solo, and that was a real painful moment between all four of them when he tells them that he signed a contract and he's gonna do a solo thing, and he's basically distanced himself from the band, and he's basically like spinning out of control, and Mary Austin goes to see him and tells him that, oh, she's pregnant and she's gonna have she's gonna have a baby, and you can tell that this it devastates him, even because he knows that it, even though they can't be together that way, he and he realizes after she talks to him that and she tells him, "Freddie, I'm always there for you. You don't have to live this wild, crazy life. Okay, you need the band." And Freddie comes back outside in the rain and stops her cab before she leaves and tells her that he's happy for her. He's really happy for her. He really cares about her, and that's when she tells him basically go home, come home, and that's when he tells that the new co-manager who's basically leeching off of him, just basically really leeching off him, uh, that that you're fired, you're gone, okay, and because this guy was really being a leech and really only looking out for himself and just giving in to and making Freddie give into his worst impulses. And I thought that was a real powerful moment in the rain because I remember seeing it in the trailer. There's a moment in the trailer, I think the second trailer, where you see Freddie standing in the rain, or Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury standing in the rain, and it just really, that looked like a powerful moment, and it is a powerful moment. You see the movie in the context of that scene, and just ah, and that's just absolutely, oh, that was just heart wrenching. And there's another great moment too, where Mike Myers is Ray Foster, the executive, when they bring Bohemian Rhapsody to him, Night of the Opera, and they tell him, listen, this song is 6 minutes. That's our masterpiece, and he's basically telling them, no, nobody's got to play, you know, nobody's got to play a 6 minute song. That's never gonna happen. And they just basically walk out on him, and they basically wind up throwing a rock at him, and he's basically saying these are wankers. He basically said nobody's gonna ever play Queen again, and of course he was deadly wrong. Okay, and it's just I really enjoyed this movie a lot. Again, oh, just this movie just really, and that recreation of Live Aid, they do that recreation of Live Aid, that performance, they absolutely nailed it. That was just such a fantastic moment visually to watch. It just absolutely, that moment just, it really energized me watching that moment. He absolutely, Rami Malek absolutely killed it. Uh, you know, doing his Freddie Mercury. It just, oh my God, it made me want to go back and watch that Live Aid performance, because they absolutely nailed it after that estrangement, and they got back together for Live Aid. And that moment is absolutely one of the better recreations of a classic moment. Just they absolutely nailed it, and that was just fantastic to watch. And like I said, this movie definitely Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. I definitely think he should be nominated for Best Actor. He just absolutely killed it. Okay, and it'd be a shame if he wasn't nominated. And again, Lucy Bolton as Mary Austin, she was fantastic. Gwynnie Lee as Brian May, who I thought was absolutely fantastic, and he actually just really looks like Brian May. And then of course Ben Hardy as Roger Taylor, and little Joseph Mazzola as John Deacon. And you remember him from the Jurassic Park movies. He was a little kid with the kid and the sister. He was a little boy. He played John Deacon, and of course we have Littlefinger in here. He plays Aidan Gillen. He plays John Reed, their manager, and he was okay in a little time. He's in that movie that much, but this movie just emotional, great music, and again great performances. What can I say? I really enjoyed this movie a lot, and it really touched the old heartstrings. Anyway, let me know what you think of Bohemian Rhapsody. If you've seen it, what do you think of it? Did it get to you? Was a moment to moment? Did it get to you? Did you rock out at that recreation of that Live Aid performance? I thought that was absolutely, I thought they nailed it. That was one of the better recreations I've seen. Just absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let me know what you think of Bohemian Rhapsody. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram in the description box, and a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box down there. So please check that out as well. And please sub to the channel if you like what you're seeing, and check out the content, what I have on that channel. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And this is Paul saying so long, and take care.